Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as promised, we are going to do a flip through of my current setup in my Filofax Malden, and we're going to switch over into my moterm. I added this to my collection. Oh goodness, it was at some point this year. I think it was around like February, and I was wanting something a bit slimmer for college. Yeah, I don't know. I was just noticing when I'm in my moterm, I chunk it up, and it's really hard for me to resist filling up the 30mm rings. And I was really like needing something a little slimmer for day-to-day going to classes and things like that. And this has worked so well. Also, I'm guilty of the namesake. I've always loved the idea of a Filofax, which I know sounds super like over consumptionist to some, or could sound like that, but I don't know. Growing up, like 27 Dresses was my favorite movie. I watched that movie so many times, and you know, she had a Filofax, and I think that was like the first, it might not have been the first time I've seen a ring planner, a planner, a Filofax in a movie, but there's definitely been tons of appearances, and I feel like it's always like a Filofax. So yeah, that's a little bit of it. And this, I don't know, this Filofax has definitely had, I don't know, it's screen time. Like it's a very popular cover in the planner community, and I fell victim, so I ended up ordering it off of Amazon. It actually came from UK and was pretty decently priced. It took forever to get here, but yeah, I'm very happy with it, and it's the perfect addition to my lineup, my capsule collection for covers. I have my two moterms, which is the apricot. They're both the veg tan, the apricot and the forest. Okay, sorry. I had a little interruption there. Anyways, where was I going? So yeah, I have two moterms. They're both veg tan, the apricot and the forest. The apricot is more for my spring and summer, and the forest is more so for fall and winter. But this is the perfect medium. It's like the perfect medium brown. I don't know. I really love it. And yeah, so it slims things out. Right now, she's kind of bursting because I keep adding things, and that's just, I think, more reminiscent to the fact that I need to hurry up and switch out of it. My winter semester just ended. I am taking a spring class, but it's not in person, it's online, so I can lug around my jumbo planner with me. But anywho, let's flip through and I'll show you guys kind of how I slimmed things down, and then we'll move into my moterm. So and there's something about these pockets, like this, I didn't know if I would like it, and I had been eyeing this cover even previous to me trying moterms, and I just didn't think I would like this side pocket, but I really love it. I have like if found, please return to. I have some fun things, some pictures, and then appointment cards up here. So I really, really love this. And then I always carry a note in one of my planners from Michael because he's written me like so many over the years. And then I have just in here some more photos. They were like proofs from the girls' school photos. It was their spring. They do spring and like fall photos now, which is crazy because I don't remember ever doing that growing up. Down here I have a little magnetic pin from Planner Monkey Co. Bit of a mess, but doing my best. I really, really like that. And I feel like it just ties in the brown coffee theme. Okay, so we'll just start. I kept this in here, my little jelly insert from I'm not, okay, should I say where everything is from? I don't think I want to, but I'll say where this is from. This is from, oh goodness. She's not, I think she's closing down. I can't even think of her name. But she's closed now, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I really, really love that. And I loved how it looked just like layered with Paddington here, because I love this Paddington so much. It's in my freebie folder, which is always linked down below if you're interested. And then I just have my inbox section, which this just acts like a little cover. And I just use these from Filofax. I love them. And then it goes into, this is one of my favorite dashboards I made. The days are long, but the years are short. Cherish every moment. And then on the back, I have my baby's hospital pictures. These were literally, I loved the photos that Michael took of us. Actually, my mom took this one, but Michael took this one way more than I liked the hospital photos. So I keep those in there. And then this is just a little post I found on Instagram and from a fellow planner's planner. She was doing a flip through and I had to find it. And then this is my health section, and I'm really excited about this section. I've added a couple of things. So this, I don't know where this is from. It's a freebie, and I cannot read that. But it says, I'm fine, everything is fine. And then I bought this from Watch Becca Plan, and I added this in here because I'm definitely someone who's more high-strung, and I always need the reminders to calm down. And from watching her flip, I seen this, or she talked about this emotion sensation wheel from a creator, and I went and purchased it. I love it, and it's just like the perfect little addition to my health section. After that, I honestly have not been keeping up with these, so we'll just kind of skip over them, but they're just like trackers that I try to write things down in, and then a period tracker. The New Yorker, this is like my notes section, but I don't like tab it off, and I honestly don't use it, but I think that this is just so cute. So yeah, I just have some notes paper if I ever want to jot anything down, which I technically don't ever, because I have my little passport that is more so for my jotting notes down. And then we get to my first section, which is my calendar section, and I've added some little things I found on Instagram that I made into inserts, and then I love this so much. This is my favorite little thing in here, and it's a little capybara, and he's holding coffee and wearing the most adorable scarf. I don't know, I've never heard of a capybara before, and all of a sudden they just popped up, and I just think that they are so adorable, and I tell Michael all the time that he reminds me of one, because he does like the little slitted eye look, and it's just so funny. I kept in this when I got this planner. It's the little Filofax This Organizer Belongs To page, and I just think it's so cute, and I like the little sentiment on it, and I think it looks cute layered with the little capybara. As you can see, like, my rings are pulling because she's screaming she needs to get out of here, so this is definitely a much needed flip. I just have a little layering moment there, and then this is the yearly overview, which I need to mark April off. I've been dotting with a permanent marker once the holidays passed. Again, I need to catch up with those. This came with this planner as well, and I liked it. I haven't filled it out yet, but I will, and I like that. And then this is how I've been using my monthlies. So every month I have this, which is a freebie from Kubo and Lucy. I didn't buy something every day here, guys. I just kind of fell off of tracking, and yeah, so I try to track something. This month I'm doing family walks, and then I do like a little monthly inbox here. These are month on 4 pages from Sleepy Notes Club on Instagram, And I don't know how to use this, but I just don't fill it in. I think what I was telling myself is when I complete it, I'll put it back here and mark off which week I completed it in, but I don't do that. And yeah, that's just repeats. And then I use this little monthly tab to mark off when that comes up, or so I can easily flip to my month. At the back here, I have another freebie from Randy.plans or Randy Paper Co. It's a looking forward, and I did the next 4 years just because. And then it goes to my weekly. So in my weekly section, I just found this recently that I used to use, and I just put it in here because I thought it was cute. I have a little note there, and then this is weekly schedule, which I don't really utilize anymore, but it's there. And then here is May, so the start of May. And we're gonna flip past here because there's some stuff I don't want to see on there. But on the back, I track our spending. Lindsay Brahman is who that insert for the emotion wheel is from, if you wanted to go find it. And then this little tracker, I track my weekly things. I track our laundry up here. I haven't really been using this lately. And then there's my weekly spread that I utilize all the time. And then I have June and the first week of July in here. And I dated all the way up. I think I spoke about it before. Okay, I didn't put July in here. It just goes to the last week of June. But I like to have the full semester worth of inserts or of weeklies in my planner at a time, so I don't have to worry about reprinting throughout the semester. So spring semester is half term, and it's only 7 weeks. So I have all 7 weeks in here. And then these are from Sterling Ink, her freebies. I love them. Okay, my third section is my school info section. This first part is the girls, and then right here is where it kind of cuts to mine, but we'll kind of skip over that so I don't share any information. I just keep, like, for the girls, I keep their school information, their teacher information, some memo pages so I can write notes if I need to. And then for my section, I keep a log of my required courses for my degree. And then I keep, like, class schedules, and then passwords. And then this is how I track my assignments. I use an assignment tracker. Yeah, that's kind of that. And then my fourth section is, I never use, oh my gosh, guys, I don't use this at all. It's probably bad, but what I'm starting to realize about myself is I'm not the type of planner who needs to plan everything. And I think my home section is just one of those things that does not need planning for me. I just, how do I explain this and it not sound crazy? I'm type A when it comes to certain things in my life, but then I'm type B with others. And a lot of you guys will probably think I'm crazy, but my home is one of those things where I'm more type B. And I think that's okay. Like, when it needs cleaning, I clean it. Like, I'm not the type of person, I don't keep a list, like, oh, I'm making sure I'm cleaning this weekly, daily, anything like that. Like, we're super lackadaisical when it comes to those things. So yeah, this is a section that doesn't get much love, and I'm really thinking about just axing out completely. And here I just folded over a piece of cardstock and have passwords in there, contacts, and then this little tab marks off cart information. I can show that, that's fine. And then over here, my fifth section, again, another section that I'm just not using a ton. It's my meal planning section, but I won't axe this. The reason I'm not using it that much is because in my weeklies, and I'm so sorry for the alarms or the sirens, but I can't help that. I just write down my meal, like what our dinner is going to be. And again, another part of my life, I don't plan every breakfast, lunch, dinner. Only dinners are what I ever truly plan, and then we kind of are like a fend for yourself for lunch and breakfast. Like I just buy things for those meals. And of course with the girls in school, I probably will start planning lunches once they're on summer break, but right now they still are in school for another month. This is my finance section, which definitely gets a lot of use. So something I could see myself moving up higher, probably even to 4 over meal planning, since I just don't use it that much. Axing the home section out and moving finance up because I use this a ton. I have some purchases I want, a wish list. This is a $2 bill. I had my mom, she works, she supervises a store, and one of her customers always comes in with these, and I had her get me one, and she actually brought me 2 actually. So I have that in here. I keep track of Michael's extra income there. And then, who was it? Oh goodness. I can't think of her name, but I'm sure you guys have seen it. She's pretty big in the planner community. She did a video where she talked about how much she's spent on stationery purchases this year already, and I think I'm going to do it. I made this insert in Canva, and I'm going to list out all of my stationery purchases for this year. I just think that I need to be smarter about my purchases, and I've noticed I went into this year fully intending to do that, and I think I went a little crazy already. So I think having it down, writing it down, keeping track of that total is going to be huge for me, and making that like a realistic thing. I just think that I'm super blind to that, and it needs to end. So that's something I'm changing, and I'm going to start keeping track of. I have a gift check just as like a little fun insert, and over here is where I keep track of our bills. I just keep an undated, I've talked about this a ton on my channel, but undated, I stamp it out. I love this washi. I have an extra roll, thankfully, because my first roll is pretty much done, and I just go through and I write out the bills that are due, and then as they come up, I cross them out when I move them to my weekly. That works for me. Back here I have a savings tracker, PayPal and 4 that we do on some things, like our bigger purchases. An order tracker I don't use, and I'm not gonna do this. I'm contemplating it. I can't say that I'm not. Luis Carmen is looking really interesting to me. I can't even fold this over, that's crazy. But this is my little sticky note fold out that I made out of vellum, my little page lifter. And then back here is a new little addition as well. It is a Jibun Techo mini little slide-in thing, and I found it in my stationery drawer the other day, and it's literally the perfect addition to back here. And I just have some papers because in this planner there is no back pocket, which I was a little sad about when I first got it, because I 100% thought that it came with one. But yeah, that is my flip through. I keep my pen clipped here, which shout out to Job of Job's Journal. He let us know that the Uniball 1P pens hold a Muji insert, which if you know me, if you've watched any of my videos, I've talked about the Muji gels in 0.5 being my favorite refill. And I refill the Sarasa Zebra Sarasa Grand pens with that insert. And the fact that they fit in here, like, I've been using these nonstop. So, love this pen now because the refills never worked for me. They always skipped. But I love the little clips here, and I just clip it on there, and it's perfect. So, yeah, that is my flip through, and I love that. I honestly will probably miss this cover. Like, don't be shocked if I'm back in it after I set up my moterm. But I really love that planner. And I love this box. I've always loved this Filofax box. So, in here, I have some more of the inserts that came with this planner. I love these dividers. I don't love that they put that there. That was a little weird to me. But I have some backup dividers that I'll be switching into when I need to. And then, of course, like all the goodies that come along. This is just I bought this off of Amazon when they were on super sale for like $3. So I can't be mad at myself. I would never be something that I use full time. But right now I'm keeping it for my extra inserts I'm not using. I make a lot of dashboards out of Instagram posts, and then I have the rest of the year of these, and then this is where I'm keeping my old inserts. So there's some older stuff that you guys can kind of look through to get a good idea of how I use my inserts. They work so well for me, and there is a freebie of them in the below, like in my freebies folder, if you want to try them out. Yeah, they're down there. Someone asked for them and I put them in my Dropbox, so you guys can try them out too if you're interested. Yeah, we'll keep this open because that's where the cover will go. And let's get into my moterm. I'm going back to my apricots. I have my new J Creatives pouch, linen and lace in here waiting for me. I will not be using these. I just kept them in there for like spring vibes. I kept my pockets set up. Love those. Won't be switching those around. And then now this will go into my moterm box, since that is now the box that I'm using. Let's kind of empty this out. Yeah, I just kept some things in here when I was switching out. Oh yeah, I did move everything into that. Oh yeah, okay, so these are the things I axed out of moving over. We'll kind of go through those and see if I want to move into them. I don't use my divider or my fly leaf because I use this. Okay. We'll just start moving over. Okay, this is going to fold there. And then I like to keep this over top, like that's so cute to me. Okay, and then we'll move all that to the back. And then we're gonna close these, flip this over so we can get to the back there. Oh my goodness, it's windy outside. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's crazy that I had that. The fact that, oh, minus the zipper pouch, but the fact that that fit in my 23 millimeter rings is crazy. It was super hard to flip through though. Okay. How do I want to do this? That works. I honestly probably will do the same here. It was so easy to just like, yeah, clip that in there. Although it's a little higher on this one, so we'll see how that works. I might clip it down here through the pen loop. That works. Alrighty. I definitely want my little charm. This is my favorite little tradition. This is the second year. Well, I mean, it's the second year both girls have been in school. And actually, oh my gosh, I went back in my video catalog and discovered the date that I first moved into rings is May 11th, the day before Mother's Day this year. That was my first rings content on my channel and is my 2-year anniversary in rings. I knew instantly that rings was like my forever system and I love it so much. I love talking to you guys. So many people message me and we talk rings and I love that. Like if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Message me on Instagram. I love talking with you guys. You're never bothering me. I know some people think that like, you know, they're bothering me. No, I love talking with you guys about rings, planners, anything. It's so much fun. Okay, we'll pull that out. I'm gonna have to move some of this stuff over off camera just because they have some delicate information on them. So I will be right back. Okay, I think I have almost everything moved over. I have a few things that were like super deco driven that I'm not moving over. Now let's go through and see what I'm going to be adding back in. That can stay out. I definitely want these back in. Yes, 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 yes. All of this. Want my mood board and then my YouTube tracker. And I had like books to read, shows and movies to watch. I don't need that in here because that is strictly in my TN now. Alrighty, so I know I had this before I had the Cherish Every Moments dashboard. My babies on their first birthdays. This. Ain't no hood like motherhood. Oh, true. Okay. I've had that dashboard, the Ain't No Hood Like Motherhood, from Plan With B, in my every single ring setup I've ever had. And I think that that's just so sweet. My daughter makes the most hilarious little hamsters, and this is one, I'm not even in frame. This is one she made me, and I keep it in there. I love it so much. I don't need that, but I do want this, and I'm thinking there maybe? I don't know. I'll play around with some things, but there she is, all back chunked up and beautiful. Gosh, that's crazy. Oh my god. Can I even, like, wow, that's crazy. What a jump scare. That's a thick planner there. That is completely different from what I had in my Filofax. Just so different. And this is why I bought this. It's so good to have options, and you guys can see here why I needed to slim it out. Like, imagine going to class every day with that. I love it though. I'm definitely the chunk up your planner type of gal, so I'm loving this. And yeah, that is my planner. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't know when I will be back. If you have anything you want to see of mine, any video ideas that you want me to entertain, definitely leave them down below. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Message me on Insta. I love talking with you guys, like I've said. And yeah, I think that's everything for me. I will see you when I see you guys. Bye for now.